do?
I think I believe because I need to believe. Like, I believe because I want to believe. Because like, the thing is, there's either a God or there's no God. I was talking about this thing with the manga the other day, and if there's a God, you should follow his rules because he's the only one who created humans. So he's the only one who can set the standards for humans to live.
Right. Yeah.
And if there is no God, you know you didn't create yourself, so you know that you do not have the full knowledge to create standards for your own sake.
I believe that there is some higher being out there. I'm not sure exactly if it's just a single being or if it's somehow encompassed in the earth itself, but there's something out there that is of a supernatural type of power.
I believe there could be a God.
There could be a God, so that's a possibility for you?
There's something, I just don't know what.
I just know what. Okay.
I don't think of myself as believing. That doesn't, those words, that sentence doesn't compute. I can understand using that sentence in a context of just trying to express something that's inexpressible. What I can understand is someone imagining that they have a personal relationship with this being in a way that we might have personal relationships with each other. That's very hard for me.
I like to think sometimes there is a God, but when I really sit down and think about it, it's really hard to understand everything.
Yeah.
And when I really think about it scientifically, it doesn't make sense.
I do, yes.
You do? What's this God like that you believe in?
Well, I hope he's very forgiving.
Yeah?
That's what I need.
I believe in a higher being, but I'm kind of skeptical of like a lot of beliefs like Christianity and stuff.
I believe in a certain kind of God that's not really like what most people define. I don't know. I believe in God, but I think my God is different than other people's gods.
What's so different about him?
Just like the way God, like I don't have like any organized religion. I'm not Christian or Jewish or whatever. I believe that there is a God, but I don't really know what he does because I'm not sure.
Not in the way I think you probably mean. I believe in the universe.
Yeah, I definitely believe in God. God lives within all of us, and we just don't know it yet.
Not really.
Absolutely, yes.
No?
No. Okay. Why not? Do you want to share your feelings?
I don't know, I just can't believe that one person created all of this and decides all of our futures. I mean, I just think that we just live and then die, and that's it, basically.
How would you describe your spirituality?
Growing, struggling. Like anyone else's, I would imagine.
Okay.
I want to be videotaped. I just kind of do what makes sense to me, like morally.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I would say that my personal spiritual beliefs are largely based on Christianity, but I don't consider myself a very religious person, but I do consider myself a spiritual person. And I went to church for a long time before I decided that not everything I believed was compatible with what they were teaching there. But we've talked about joining a church again at some point later.
Similar terms in that certainly core beliefs are based upon Christianity, but am not a Christian per se. And largely sort of have a belief in a higher power that is generally benevolent. I think when we talk about finding a church that we would like to go to, it's largely for the community that goes along with that, as well as, probably more so than the spiritual development side of things.
Well, I never felt a need for religion, and I was raised Catholic, and I left when I was 15, but I've always felt kind of like the Conversations with God book, just like a direct connection, and that's all I do is lock in. And these days I'm more and more on the spiritual path.
I'm here living my life day to day. You know what I mean? Everybody's about the rat race, I guess, so to say. Like, you never know what life brings to you. You never know what's around each and every corner unless you bring nothing but success to your life, and that's where spirituality comes into play. Like, you can't ever doubt a situation and think wrong about us. You're gonna go in that direction. You gotta think positive and optimistic about your expectations, I guess,
Actually, I'm at the very beginning of it. Don't really, I guess in my life, nothing major enough has happened to make me really question my faith or make me kind of seek anything out in particular.
How connected do you feel to God at this time in your life?
I don't really go to church all the time, but I feel like I'm pretty connected with him. Pretty in touch with big man.
Do you believe that it's possible to have a personal relationship with God?
No. Like, not individually. I don't know.
Really nice. But now I make do with trees and fish and flowers.
Only unless I'm like in a real crisis, but not yet. I mean, I'm only
I would envision the expression God as being intellectualized and verbalized way of trying to express something that the human mind can comprehend, not as sort of like talking to somebody else, somebody meeting or something.
I don't know. She does though.
You pray.
I pray.
I guess when I'm going through a hard time, I pray, but that's really it.
Yes and no, because you never know if he's out there. You don't know if he's real, but everybody has something they need to believe in, and if that's something you want to get attached to, and that's something you want to go close to, then be it. Everybody has, like, you know what I mean? You could take a little blanket, for instance, and make it at like your comfort zone. Like, people go to God and search for comfort, and that's what they need the most.
No.
Person, definitely.
If it were possible to have a personal relationship with God, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you want it?
Friggin' 10, are you serious? That'd be awesome.
Depends what kind of friend you'd be.
Like if you could really help me out, like in the movies, probably 10.
6.
Pretty important.
10.
Can you give a number?
9.
I would say 9.
I would give it a 4.
That's a tough question. I would say it'd have to be up there high.
Say about a 7.
That'd be pretty important. I mean, like, it's God, so.
Between a scale of 1 to 10, how important would that be to you? Be 10?
It's God.
10? All right, man, thanks. Have you ever been to church?
No, almost none.
10.
All right, that's cool. Thank you for your time. Have you ever had a time where you felt like God was there at all, or intervened in your life in any way?
Again, I mean, even if I find it hard to believe in God, and so I'm having a little trouble thinking of a time when he could have intervened.
Sometimes.
Like, can you name a specific example, or?
I guess close calls when driving.
Have you looked for God and you haven't found him?
Oh, I did believe in God as a boy and until some point in my adolescence, and I think I tried both looking and waiting, but it's just a belief system, a way of thinking about life that didn't work for me anymore at some point in my adolescence.
I'm curious about all different types of religion, and I like just kind of finding out little bits and pieces from the people that I interact with.